the year again. It is mixed champion time. We are coming at you with Florida Puppeteers versus Atlanta Dazed tonight, and we're starting it off on a den hard point. I am with my duo, the Surge Turkey himself, QQ. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. We've got, a great map here, great series here on the Bravo stream. There's a great series, two series going on the Alpha stream. It's a great best of 7. It's the first we're seeing, I think, of the NPC. There is no new maps until if we go all the way to a map 7, but the NPC is here. The NPC will be ripping the first hill top. Kind of going crazy for both teams, but a den hardpoint. This is something we're used to seeing. But Atlanta, they got good control. They're gonna come out with a little bit of a lead going into this P2.
Yeah, a little bit of a lead going into this P2. Atlanta doing a good job of holding it down so far. Florida does have the spawns, though. They have the reinforcement power. They will be able to just kind of throw bodies at it. But Atlanta is just kind of stuck to the back half of that map, not even looking behind them. Although they probably should, as now we have Florida Puppeteers members spawning in the middle of the map and now coming to just take over spot. And now the tables have turned completely. Atlanta Dazed is now spawning in the back there, but also having spawns in the middle of the map as well. So now Atlanta Dazed has taken over the hard point too. It's a crazy one. We know how the spawns can be in this game, and we're seeing it here tonight.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing it. I don't know if the colors are swapped or something. I don't know what's going on, but I'm calling it as I see it. But there's still just trades rolling back and forth in the feed right now. No team is able to gain much control just at all. These Atlanta players are trying to these Florida players trying to flood their way through the middle of the map. Able to find a couple kills. They're still maintaining position on this hill, but again, everyone's dying. There is no one over on this hill. Benny, he gets a big 2 on the hill, so Atlanta gonna have some time for now, but still no one. It's a tie game still. No one able to find anything consistent. One player almost just fell off the map there. 30 seconds remaining on this P3, but here's Florida. They're starting to find a little bit of time, starting to push this out towards Dojo, trying to get a little bit of a chain towards this P4. Gonna be a big fight towards the middle of this map.
Yeah, big fight towards the middle of this map. I will do my best with the color swapping, but no promises. We do have Florida soaking up some time on the hill, though. You see them moving towards that P number 4, trying to get a good start there, but Atlanta is just being, well, at least thoughtful on trying to keep them out. But Florida's just able to kind of take it over, and now Atlanta is completely on the back foot here. You see them coming through the middle of the map. You see them coming up that top side of the map, and trades will come through. But Florida was gonna say doing a good job of doing it so far, but it is the push from the front and the Atlanta player in the spawn that just pinches them out. So now Florida on the back foot here, but they do have about a 25-point lead, so they can afford to lose this time and maybe focus on next. But you see them still trying to make a push here, just getting shut down. You do have number 3 there trying to get spawns, but it doesn't work out. Yeah, Florida is now maybe focusing on P number 1 as the P4 push didn't look too good after the first few seconds.
Yeah, they had a good rotation for that P4, but it didn't last very long, and so they're gonna give up the lead. Atlanta gonna start growing their lead. They are gonna start with this P1, but again, these first 3 hills last time were the most mixy I think I've ever seen them. Couple opening kills for Atlanta, gonna get them a little bit of a consistent time for now. Sasuke was able to find 2. A little bit of a contest gonna come in towards this hill. Pat trying to kind of hold this down on his own. He's got no reinforcements, so that's gonna be 3 down in the feed for Atlanta. So Florida finally gonna break their way on. Lead only about 10 points. Gonna slowly start diminishing. Gibbs trying to push this out toward Couches. He's gonna fall. So 2 players gonna fall. Jabba able to find 1, but all the players gonna fall. A little contest here for the rest of this time. 16 seconds remaining on this P1. Over towards P2 though. You do have these Atlanta Dazed players rotated and ready. They got these spawns on lock.
Yeah, they do have these spawns on lock. We'll see if the table turns again, as they did last time we were on this P number 2. But so far, Florida looking good. Sorry, Atlanta looking good on the point. Florida coming from that P3 side, not even having a foothold and like not even able to really get into the backside of the map, as you do have number 8 in Nightfall defending it, one of my former teammates, of course. But yeah, I mean, Atlanta is just being so good at soaking up this time, and now they're dealing with the push from Florida. But again, the more you could just kind of delay like Florida from rushing in, the more, I mean, you're just going to be able to get some extra time that you may not have been able to do. Finally, they do make it through, but I think Atlanta got all the time they wanted out of there. And now, I mean, yeah, you get pushed out, but you get pushed out just in time to focus on P number 3 here. So you'll see them set up there, and then, you know, this might be the swing hill. This might be a full 60 here, can decide a lot of things going into the second half of this map.
I mean, you just said it, a full 60. I feel like the first team that's really able to find even close to a full 60, whoever could get, you know, a more than a 30-point lead, I feel like is going to win this map. But Burrito, he's able to trade out a couple of his teammates. Time going to be in the hands of Florida for now. Java trying to push this out from Dojo. He's going to pick up 2. So that's a big 2 kills. Now going to focus their attention towards the middle of the map. Benny and Obi Grizz able to find something. He makes it 2. Burrito eventually able to shut him down. Time gonna still be in the hands of Florida. Burrito trying to lock it down, trying to wait for his reinforcements from his teammates, and he does. One more player from Atlanta is over towards lockers. He will fall. So, last 15 seconds, gonna go the way of Florida. Gonna be virtually a tie game once again. Going into the second P4 in Atlanta. Well, they're here. They're ready for it. They were here last time, and it didn't work out. But this time, they're gonna try and lock it down.
Yeah, this time they're going to try and lock it down. Let's see if they're able to do just that, though. Florida doing a good job so far. I'm honestly, like, Atlanta's not even near it. You have that number 8 in the spawn who's being a little bit mixy. Nightfall coming to the rescue again. I think he does secure spawns for the team, and now Florida's still holding on to this point from the kind of outside, and, you know, Atlanta not able to really capitalize on having the spawns just yet. But, I mean, Florida soaking up a lot of time here as grenades are thrown, as bullets are shot into P4. It might be time to start thinking about the next rotation yet again. Florida, I mean, a very, very nice full 60, it seems like. Not the cleanest. You had to hold from the front, but, you know, you got it done. Now, new rotation, you're up 50, 40. What you gonna do?
I mean, I feel like Florida has gotten a majority, at least 40% of their hill time off of P4. And Atlanta's been setting up for it well, and that last time they just didn't have, you know, someone watching towards that back spawns, and they kind of broke them from within. But at Florida, they've been getting majority of their time from those P4s. And, well, the game's still close because they're not finding time anywhere else. But they are finding some time here on this P1. 30 seconds here to go on this P1. They are able to find their way in. Atlanta did find a lot of time on here last time, so Florida trying to lock this down. They need only a little over 40 seconds left for the victory. Atlanta, though, they're going to break their way in. Jabba trying to get something to couches. 3 players going to fall in the feed for Atlanta. Make it all 4. So, again, the last 15 second scrap time going to go the way of Florida. Over on the rotations as well, but Java going to get a kill, but gets traded out by Gravity. All the players for Atlanta now going to break their way through the front. That team kill, oh, that's just a backbreaker. Time going to pop. Time in the hands of Atlanta trying to mount a comeback.
Yeah, Atlanta trying to mount a comeback here at Florida. They have the point so far. Atlanta just pushing from the front. There is no time for clever plays. You just have to win it on pure gun skill. Florida can win it here, and they're looking to do just that. You have Atlanta sending 2 members into it. Sorry, maybe just 1 member. Nightfall does get cut down, but they do get the spawns, so they're able to at least get players quickly into the point to contest it. And they're really looking to push this to a P3. They haven't done it just yet, but they are getting at least close. I think they need to contest for a few more seconds here. Okay, you do have the Atlanta players coming in for a pinch. They will take the end of that zone and they will push it to a P3. Problem is that Florida is already set up there. You see the Atlanta players trying to get into the point, just not able to do it just yet. 14 seconds for Florida here, and Atlanta needs to come up with something quickly as you see them kind of footing around that P1, but they're making the solo chows and getting cut down. Finally, we have a double team and it works out for them. Atlanta is able to keep this game going. Florida is on the back foot once again, but they entered the point and now Florida is Atlanta is gonna need some more kills. They don't get it. They all go down and Florida seals the deal on that P number 3 to bring us to, I think, like a 250, 200 score line. Not the most convincing of wins, but certainly a well-fought battle.
I mean, yeah, definitely a well-fought battle. It just came down to those, prioritizing those spawns. Florida was, Atlanta, they found themselves in decent positions, especially on those
versus Florida Puppeteers. What can these two teams do? And already it's starting to look like a hard point. There's bullets whizzing across the map as you see Nightfall on the side of Atlanta being pinned down here on the corner of Hotel. No kills have come through yet despite all the bullets, but I mean both teams creating a mental model in their heads of where all the players are. Eventually some kills will come through and it's 2-3 advantage for Florida on the defense.
Yeah, an advantage on the defensive side, that's huge. These players are going to favor this A site. I don't know if they recognize if they have the bomb down or not, but Burrito towards the front side of this store. Jabba, able to find one. Obigre is able to get that trade, so he is the last man standing in 1 versus 2. He also has the sniper rifle. Bomb is down over towards that A side. These Florida players probably recognize that. They're just going to hunker down. Grizz just he's going to rotate all the way around, but he's only got 30 seconds to work with. He's going to have to make quick work of him here if he's going to clutch this up. I don't know what he's trying to, he is going to find one onto the back of Burrito. He's not looking, he gets microwaved. Now into a 1 versus 1 with Jabba.
Nobody likes a microwave Burrito. But yeah, Jabba versus Grizz, although it looks like this battle is going to end without much fanfare as the clock will be the deciding factor here. Florida will pull it through just barely. The bomb just unable to go down. Still laughing at the microwave comment. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, Florida just continuing their hot streak into the search and destroy. I mean, defenses may be a little bit easier to do. Let's see if they can continue that into their offensive round or if it might be Atlanta's turn to respond.
Yeah, I mean, we started with some pretty heavy gunfire at the start of that, so I'm wondering if we might see something similar or not. But Florida on the offensive, they're going to favor this A site as normal as Gibbs. Nightfall will fall to the sniper rifle. First blood in their hands. Jabba able to get the second blood as well. So, man advantage and bomb planted onto A. These Atlanta players just forced to back up. OB gonna fall. Hat now the last man standing towards top red. Gonna catch a bunch of shots from Sasuke. His teammates there to clean up the mess in Florida. They just steamrolled him through them on that offense.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting. Both teams are just kind of wanting to get into it. Some call that not being patient. Some call that wanting to give us a show. But yeah, I mean, very, not the first round wasn't quick, but it seemed like from the way it started that they wanted to be quick. So I could just kind of expect these teams to both be, bumping heads with each other the entire time through, and I'm absolutely here for it. We do have Florida on the defense again as Atlanta are just kind of walking right into that A bomb site, but they will lose Benny in the process. All that. Uchiha curse? Is that it? Sasuke Uchiha? It's been a while. Anyway, as I'm trying to pronounce words, another member of Atlanta goes down. Florida Gibbs gets traded out. Jabba now is no longer Buzz. It's all up to Pat. Another quick round, Pat just goes down, and Florida will get the defuse to get their 3rd round in a row. Another, honestly, kind of quick round.
Yeah, I mean, they're just running through them. That for opening blood, I don't remember which Florida player it was, but he ran straight up through P3 and played straight into wood and just gunned the guy that was sitting on those blue boxes. He wasn't ready for it. Atlanta, they're getting punched in the gut. Florida's playing with a pace that they weren't expecting this. This is a pace that you don't see very many teams play with on a Scar hardpoint, especially on the defensive side. They're running up to and even past that 50-yard line, taking all the map control they can on either side, and well, Sasuke and Jabba Burrito, Sasuke, and Jabba all on 3-1. Two of those players working on a kill streak as well, so up 3-0 in the map, gonna favor towards this A side as well, and well, they're just gonna bang it out. First blood again for Florida.
Yeah, first blood again for Florida. It's a 3v1 situation in the blink of an eye. Looks like Florida wants to just close this round out quickly again. It's all up to Pat once again. But Pat hits the mat. Get it? Because he died. And he fell on the floor.
I get
yeah,
it,
okay, cool.
You might be Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, I mean, if you say so, I wasn't even putting that out there. You said that. I didn't,
You're right. Let me not say that. We don't need ego inflations around here.
Anyway, I mean, like, it's a very interesting set of S&D rounds. Like, I think it's been very quick. I think Florida has found that the speed is to their advantage here. And, I mean, if they could just kind of take Atlanta's breath away early on in the round, I think they've been finding success. So let's see if anything different happens here.
They're just gonna run it down. Jabba, that's another first blood for him. He's got what, I might have every single first blood in the game right now. He's just running it down. 6-1 on a 3 spree. They do shut down Sasuke's streak, so maybe a highlight on the day, but they're just getting stabbed in the back. Nightfall able to eventually trade Jabba out, but he takes 2 with him in that life, so finally an even battle, 2 versus 2. Atlanta Dazed trying to work over towards this mid area. They are a little bit split, both these teams. Burrito barely able to escape with his life on the last bite. He gets away. Gibbs able to get 1 kill, so now all down to OB Grizz. Tries to get it with the sniper, but can't find it, so Grizz gonna escape with his life for now. Bomb down towards the middle of this map, and well, Florida, they're just gonna hunker down once again.
Yeah, it's a 2v1 situation. Not impossible for Grizz here, but definitely hard to pull off. You see Florida, they're trying to pinch him. Pinch comes through. Florida, 5th round in a row. Can we get a full sale here? Can we get a full reverse sweep in the S&D? I can't remember the last time I've seen it happen. I don't even know if I've ever casted one. But hey, these CRL teams are constantly surprising us, especially our brothers in the Iron division. Yeah, we see you, Iron. We see you, Iron. We respect you.
I might be with the Iron next season.
Oh, I am. It's not a might. I am going to be with Iron next season.
I'm currently a bronze player, but I don't know how long that's going to last. Over on this offensive side again, they're just going to keep going. Hey, just remove the B site. Someone get rid of the B bomb, because at this point it doesn't exist. Well, Atlanta, though, they do able to pick up 3. A trade comes in, but Atlanta, they got around.
I don't even know what happened.
They will not get shut out. It's just face mash on A. Just remove the B site, cut off the left side of cut off that whole side of the map, and just run over towards A. Just do it. And that's what they've been doing all game. And well, Atlanta able to finally win some gunfights, and well, they get around.
Okay, all right. Listen, every full sale starts with one round. Can Atlanta shock the world? I don't know, but we'll see. Atlanta now on the offense this time around. Let's see if those guns.
I think they're splitting the site. Yeah, they're gonna split these sites, which is not a good idea.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, what's happening here? It's Iron. You know what? QQ. I'm ready for Iron. I want to go down there.
You're ready for it? I'm not sure you are ready for it, but they go with the split side approach, and will they recognize it quickly? The Florida players just cut them down. Jabba gonna sit in that corner. He's able to find Pat. He hits the mat once again. Shout out Shout out. Shout out Dr. Seuss, I guess. Nightfall, now the last man standing. He's able to pick up one. Gonna have to 1v4 and ace this to keep this series, or sorry, this map alive. He's gonna get swarmed around. Jabba, the player on the game so far, but no. Nightfall's gonna shut him down. So he does find those first two, but the collapse is starting to roll in. 27 seconds remaining. He's gonna catch some shots in the back. Gonna chow it when he's one shot. That's a chow and a half, but he gets cut down in Florida. I mean, Atlanta got a round on the board, but that's all they could get, and Florida take the 2-0 series lead.
Yeah, I mean, that really was a fatal mistake. I don't really know what happened here. Maybe they were trying to push. Welcome back, everybody. We are right into the overload. That was quite a short break indeed, but, you know, the teams, they just want to keep their guns warm. And we're right on into it. Florida, they have the possession of the rock. They lost it, and now Atlanta trying to pick up where. Oh my God!
Oh, he's getting executed.
Oh my God! He's playing John Wick over there. Well, we all just saw that. No need to comment on it. QQ, how you feeling about this one?
I mean, it's getting mixy once again. I said it before. I'll say it again. These last two maps were mixy, and it's getting mixy again over towards this middle of this den. Atlanta, they are going to get a little bit of positioning towards this mid. They're going to try and go over towards this B site. Pat able to find an opening kill, but trades good in the feed for Florida. That push died as quick as it started. So Florida able to pick it up. They're going to work towards this P3. Going to try and go over towards B. But Atlanta's defense is here, and it is ready. Two players for Florida trying to work up towards mid. That's going to be huge. They are going to find that kill. So the pinch may be on, but no. Over to forced to come in with the reinforcements. The push still looking decent right now. Gibbs able to find one. Benny finds some trades, but Gibbs and Jabba will pair up for a couple kills. So now the pressure is really on. Gonna have to find some kills if you're Atlanta. That's exactly what they do. So push eventually dies. Jabba trying to make some noise towards mid. He's able to find a couple, but shuts that down by Pat with the pistol. Say that 10 times fast. Atlanta with the device at hand trying to work over towards B.
Yeah, no conversion on that point over there, but Atlanta actually looking to get one on the board really quickly here. They're going to have to make it past Burrito, but not able to do that. Burrito does go down, but teammates there. And actually, they are able to get a score on the board. I mean, shout out to Atlanta. Looking a lot more coordinated here than in the Search and Destroy. Search and Destroy. Oh my God, it is late. Dude, my brain is fried after the semester. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so Call of Duty, Atlanta Dazed, 1 up. Jabba, pick up bomb. He go to B bomb. He scored B bomb. It's 1-1.
Yeah, he scored that B bomb. Jabba was able to find some good kills on that front rotation. Being that front man for him, but gonna have to be quick on the rotations. Burrito towards the backside. He's able to find a couple kills. OG though, gonna hit the flank the flanker. He finds one. Device gonna be picked up by Burrito. He's kind of stuck out alone, surrounded by these Atlanta players. So that push gets shut down. Atlanta now trying to counterattack. These players from Florida trying to set up a defense. OB Grizz with a big opening kill. The players now over towards rooftops. You gotta pick the device up, guys. Your device carrier falls. Try and pick it up. Gibbs gets 2, gets shut down by Biddy, but the trades are there. Burrito shuts it down. Device in the hands of Florida, and here comes the counterattack once again.
Yeah, good defense over there. Florida is just kind of beelining towards that B side of the map, and they might be able to just do it here. I mean, maybe if they didn't hesitate. I mean, Atlanta's able to reinforce that quite well. So props on them for stopping that capture now. The ball's in their court to get over to maybe that A zone, but they are getting kind of pinched in over here. Yeah, Florida able to just effectively pinch them in, and now need that number 4 player in Benny to stay alive and maybe halt the push. Does go down, but you do have the flank coming in from Pat. You have just enough time for the Atlanta members to defend B, and there you go. That push from Florida, most of them are sent back to their spawn. And now Atlanta has another shot of maybe pushing to A, but they're trying to brute force it. They're gonna have to get all of these kills over here, not able to do it, and Florida now has possession of the ball once again.
They do have possession. I mean, these players for Atlanta, they're gonna spawn all the way out towards A. If they could just go, Florida could just go. 8B, the front man, he gets shut down though. The hesitation again is gonna be the shortcoming. They had the score over towards B. They just didn't recognize the Atlanta players spawning up towards the A site. And, well, there you go. The 2 hesitations cost you 2 scores, and the counterattack slowly coming in. But no, Burrito with the grenade on the front line. But no, Benny able to get there for the trade and the score. 26 seconds remaining in this first half. Atlanta with the 2-1 lead. OB Grizz able to find one, but, I mean, he kills his teammate in the process. Pat trying to fend these players off towards mid. Trade still rolling in and out of the feed. Pat kind of the last man standing here, so looking like Florida's going to have one more push at this. They're going to try and push up towards couches. Burrito trying to make a play through broken window. OB Grizz, though, he's got something to say. He finds 2. Burrito almost just got turned on, but he shuts that down. Gibbs now the last man standing. No reinforcements there in time. He gets killed. That is the half. Atlanta, they do go into the half of the overload with a 2-1 lead.
I mean, was Gibbs the last one to go down there? I mean, with for somebody with such a strong fan base, I figured he'd be able to perform a little better on the map, you know?
Listen, he's performing.
I'm just trying to get chat against me. Gibbs, I'm sure you're a wonderful human being. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to have some fun here tonight. Anyway, Atlanta is up 1 on the scoreboard so far. I mean, they're gonna have to treasure that one because they definitely need a win in this series here to just kind of keep the spirits alive. But they kind of let Florida just pick up the ball and just rush forward. Like, they just let them have it. That's kind of a crazy play out of Atlanta, but I mean, props to Florida. They just walk right on in, and they get 4 down on Atlanta to boot. And probably looking to pick up that ball again. The spawn trap is coming in. I mean, Florida's just having their fun with them. There you go. I mean, there you go. Another score. Atlanta is not having a great second half so far.
I mean, guys, did we know we swapped sides? You're supposed to score on the other side now, not... Oh my, that is not the start that you wanted. Couple of scores pretty quickly. Burrito gets a 2-piece. The kills, I mean, Florida starting to dominate in the kill feed again. That's what got them the first 2 maps, and I mean, it's what might get them the third here. Trade's good for Florida again. Device towards the rooftops. Benny trying to ward him off. Gets one, but gets traded. Jabba again in the middle of this with a big trade on the Nightfall. Device still in the hands of Florida. Jabba, sorry, he's just going to wait for his teammates, wait for some reinforcements towards rooftops, but so is Atlanta. OB Grizz towards the back outer. He's going to be able to find one. The players for Florida not going to read it. Trades in, trades good. For Atlanta, Benny, the last man standing, I don't know what he's doing, trying to run this on his own, but he is a fish out of water, and well, he's dead.
A catfish out of water, some might say.
There you go. I don't know why I said cat out of water.
It's the semester, man. It's been a long semester. I'm telling you, I can't speak today either. Anyway, I mean, Atlanta came close there to getting another score into their zone, and would have put Florida up 2, but they're able to stop it just in time. And now you see them trying to run it down that A zone. Unfortunately, they lose their front line, and Pat, the carrier in Nightfall, goes down, and they got 2 members remaining, just trying to make it mixy, but they are vanquished very quickly. Atlanta, they're respawned and they're able to defend their zone again. They pick up the ball, and little do they know they can just kind of run for it, or maybe not. Now that Florida just kind of spawns on it, and now Atlanta, they keep trying to brute force it. Might be nice for them to maybe check the middle of the map once in a while, maybe think about rotating to the other side, because Florida is just so good at getting set up when you need them to be. There you go. You have your man Gibbs. All right, chat. Your man Gibbs is defending the point. Okay, I said it. He's doing a good job. But Atlanta, they're still trying to make it through. Grizz goes down. We got one more Atlanta member left. Sorry, make that one more as Nightfall goes down. Get Benny out. It might just be the end of the push, but Benny can go for it. He's not doing it. He waits too long. Yeah, Atlanta's back in there, but that hesitation kills him.
I'm going to fly through the screen and slap these guys in the face. Stop hesitating. I know they can't see what we see, but pick up the device for the love of Jesus. Pick it up and run it, please. But Florida, they do have it in their hands now. The Atlanta players forced back into their spawn. Don't shoot your teammates, guys. The Vice gonna be picked up. Here comes a quick counterattack. If they can run this through, they can get something going. 8, he's the last person standing over here, but the reinforcements come through couches to shut that down. Nightfall towards the inner rooftops. He's able to get a kill. The Vice still gonna be in the hands of Florida. They can just play with time here. They have a minute left, and they are up by 1. The nade's good for Gibbs. Burrito able to find a couple as well. So they're going to rotate this over towards A. Atlanta's forced to rotate over. Jabba towards mid again. This guy is in the mix everywhere in every way he can. Score almost trying to come through. Gibbs able to find one, but he's the only one going to get a kill. Burrito towards the flank. Benny shuts that down. So, I mean, Atlanta, they're gonna have to go. They got 40 seconds left. They got to get a score in to at least push this to an overtime. Push over towards B. Kill is good so far for Atlanta. Pat able to find a big 2-piece. Players now going to be spotting out towards A for Florida. Benny with the pistol. His teammates cannot help him. Gibbs with a big 2-piece. Burrito there to shut that down. And, well, that just might be it, folks.
Yeah, I mean, it's a literal final countdown.
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Whoa.
no.
Whoa. What happened there? Oh my god. That is... Was that Gibbs? Chat, was that Gibbs? Did your man Gibbs do that? God damn it, chat. God damn it, chat.
Oh, he was
Now
trying to park the bus. He was
parked
trying...
the bus right on top of the fucking zone. Sorry, I'm not allowed to curse.
He was... Beep that, production. Bleep it. It's fine, Jims isn't here. Don't tell Jims.
Okay, I won't.
He was trying to park the bus. Honestly, Jims would have loved that. If he saw that, Jims would have loved it. Because Jims absolutely hates when people park the bus. And he just tried to park the bus, and it completely just backfired on him. I was about to say everybody boo this man for parking the bus. And you know what? He got booed by the Call of Duty gods by giving up that. So, into an overtime.
Yeah,
Overtime rules are... weird. Both teams will have a chance on each side, but when one team does score, the other team will flip sides, and they will have as much time as it took the other team to score, or they will lose. Pretty sure.
Yeah, we'll go with that. I don't know. Man, why can't we just keep control I want control back. It was so much simpler. Anyway, yeah, we're in overtime. Yeah, I think it's based on the first team to score, and you have to do it quicker than them the next time.
Yes.
I mean, they want to do it quickly here. Frankly, they have this up to do it. They're just gonna run in. There you go. What is that? 40 seconds left. That's gonna be tough to beat for Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, that score comes in with 39 seconds. Yeah, so Atlanta, they're gonna have to score within the first 39 seconds, or the map goes to Florida. That's a good counterattack out of Florida. That's some good composure. You know, you definitely should not be in this overtime period. And, you know, that's a good counterattack. That's a good counter, you know, readjustment to it. You know, you might have choked away the regulation period, but you score quickly, and now Atlanta, I mean, they got full backs against the wall. You got to score in 39 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know what you do here. I think, like, you need, like, a star from Super Mario, and you just need a run, you know? I mean, yeah.
I mean, a hope and a prayer, maybe.
Yeah, you see, I mean, Atlanta, they're trying to secure P1. They get 2 down, which is a good start, but they only have 23 seconds left. Half their time is now evaporated. If number 2 in Grizz is just able to run it down, they might be able to get it! Oh no! Not able to do it! Oh man! Oh, it's all up to Nightfall. He's not going to be able to do it. That's crazy. That B zone almost turned the tides again, but he was just inches away. That's crazy. Florida able to pull this one out very, very non-convincingly. Very close. But yeah, geez, man.
That's a heartbreaker right there. Four is here, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. Let's go. All the whatever just happened is aside. Florida Puppeteers, Atlanta Dazed. Florida trying to close it out with a quick 4-0. Trying to get this series done with, get themselves a championship. But here goes Atlanta. They're going to start with a clean 4 dead in the feed. They have the spawns. They have the hill. That's a good start.
It's a good start. Let's see if Florida can prevent Atlanta from getting more points than our producer has unclaimed rewards in the battle pass on this P number 1. I'm not sure if they'll be able to do it. I mean, we're getting close. 25, 26, 27. Okay, Atlanta's going to do it. They officially have more points than unclaimed rewards in our producer battle pass. That's crazy. Atlanta, they have come out the gate. They are eager to get into this one and at least setting themselves up for some early success. Florida still with 3 points, but they're getting the kills, like you said, where they need to. And now Atlanta in a tough spot. They're still spawning here, but their gun game is going to have to look a little bit better than it has right now.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta win gunfights, especially on Colossus. The spawns aren't gonna help you. You gotta recognize a map like this, and with a spawn system like this in Black Ops 7, it's not gonna help you out. It's just, that's all I gotta say. So you're gonna have to win your gunfights with a spawn system as terrible as Black Ops 7's is on a map like this. But Florida, they do eventually break their way out of the hill. Gibbs with a big 2-piece towards the backside. All the players now dead for Atlanta. Gonna force themselves to rotate out. With 15 seconds, gonna go in the hands of Florida. Gonna be virtually tied going into this P3. Oh, if OB Grizz might have something to say about it, he's gonna chow that scrap time and get it. But on rotations is Atlanta as well. These Florida players trying to work their way towards this blue side. They shut down Benny on that old time. That is not gonna help you out. You don't have numbers towards this P3. OB Grizz there for the trades. Time again, we're gonna start in the hands of Atlanta. Lead starting to grow over 25 points.
Starting to grow over 25 points indeed, but Atlanta's still ahead so far. Now we have the red boat battles. Oh, I'm so familiar with this from ranked. Both teams just so close to each other on the other side of this red boat. But there you go. Florida just full sends it. They eliminate all the Atlanta players on the point. Now Atlanta's in a little bit of a trouble with P number 3 and probably should be thinking about P number 4. You see them kind of like setting up in that mid-map area, maybe trying to cut off some players rotating under that tunnel area. But you see number 3 in Pat and number 5 in Gibbs. I thought we were going to get into a fight, but Pat just kind of backs down and leaves Gibbs to half the point. Big gunfight, Gibbs wins it. You still got to deal with some Atlanta players coming through this kind of mid-doorway here. But if you're Florida, you're doing a good job of cutting them down and scoring some points. And you will take the lead for your efforts.
They're going to get that lead. I mean, Atlanta hasn't scored very much. They did start with that P3, but they're going to have to find a hole. You know, especially in that first hard point, they were rotating. They were winning the rotations. But again, they weren't watching their spawns. You know, they weren't getting good holds on the hill, and that's kind of what we're seeing so far in the map number 4. Florida is trusting their brakes. They're trusting their gunny like they have all series long, and it's working again so far. Lead's starting to grow. OB Grizz finds 2, but he's the only one on his team to get a kill. Vinny there for the quick trade, but reinforcements not there. Burrito wins the trade battle. Time gonna go their way. Last 10 seconds on this P4 to go their way as well. So, I mean, you saw a quick script flip from those last 3 hills. You know, Atlanta went into that P3 with about a 25-point lead, and, well, they're onto this P1 down by about 40. So, not the way you wanted it to go. And, well, here comes Florida. Kill feed lighting up white and blue. All the kills going their way, but you know what? Cast or curse. As I say it, Atlanta, they're going to find a couple kills and get on the hill.
Yeah, I mean, Atlanta, they're going to get on the hill, but the question is for how long. Maybe long indeed, as they are able to maybe cut the Florida members down and back. They will hopefully read the flipping of the spawns, but I mean, Florida is able to walk on in with some good gun skill. Gibbs got a 3-piece, chat. He got a 3-piece. He's doing okay. He's doing okay. Gibbsy boy's doing all right this map. I'll give you that. But yeah, I mean,
24 through 1 rotation.
20. That number's going up. That number's going up. But yeah, I mean, Florida now up 50. I mean, Atlanta's on a rotation, but I think we've seen Florida has just proven that they're so good at breaking the hill. If you are Atlanta, it's gonna be now or never, where you're gonna have to figure out how to get these setups and maintain them.
It's a good start though. They do find some good time, but the streak gonna come in for Florida. Gonna try and find something. It's not gonna find anything. But if anything, you forced dispositions for these Atlanta players. 2 kills gonna roll in the feed. OB Grizz there for the trades. One more player on the hill is Burrito. He gets microwaved off once again. Nightfall shuts him down. So, a good hold for Atlanta. That's what we wanted to see out of them. But as I say it, 2 kills for Florida gonna roll in. Now a 2v2 towards this P2. Gonna try and fight for this scrap time. You're shooting at your teammate, Pat. He's shooting ghosts. One player in Jabba towards that backside. They're gonna win that scrap time. So, a little over a 30-point lead. Or sorry, 20-point lead going into this P3. And well, Florida, they have the rotations this time. You haven't seen them do that so far in this map. They are going to prioritize this. A couple kills on rotation going to come in, but Gibbs there for 2, trying to make it 3. His teammate's there to steal that kill. Nightfall able to find 1. He makes his way onto the hill. Follows up with making it now 2. Eventually shut down by Jabba. He finds 2 of his own. Trades are in. Trades rolling back and forth and back and forth. And well, Atlanta, they're going to have the time for now.
Where does they have the time for now? I mean, my eyes are glued to Florida's KD. Green. Gibbs is doing quite well. 33 and 16. You know the Dora the Explorer backpack song is in his head right now. He's singing backpack, backpack. I'm putting my team in my backpack. Gibbs is absolutely carrying his team, and I mean, you can get into very like mixy situations when you're so reliant on one player, but I mean, Gibbs just shows no signs of stopping. I don't know if this is just map or what, but yeah, Gibbs is doing great. Atlanta's really got to figure out how to contain him. But yeah, I mean, doing some good job at holding down the point here. You do see Florida maybe challenge that hold, but Atlanta's just able to pull it through. They're gonna have to deal with Burrito, causing some trouble there, but Burrito's able to hold him off just enough for all the Florida members to pretty much flood through on the point. Now Atlanta's completely shut out. I mean, if Florida collects the rest of the time, they're going to be over the 200-point mark. Not insurmountable for Atlanta, but definitely marks a turning point in the map. So, I mean, Atlanta, you see them trying to fight for this point. Maybe able to take control at the last second, but, I mean, still, it's quite a lead that Florida has.
Yeah, it's slowly getting more and more egregious. Word of the day. If you don't know it, look it up. It's slowly getting more.
QQ, I gotta tell you.
Okay, with the literacy in this country nowadays, it definitely is. If you have to spend a full day with my generation of people, you would know that is a big word for my generation.
My brother's your age. I know.
Florida's gonna crest over that 200-point mark finally, but I mean, like I said, it's just slowly. The seesaw is teetering towards the right side of the screen. It's slowly but surely getting worse. 30 seconds now for the victory for Florida, and they can call themselves Iron Mix champions, or chumpions, sorry. Atlanta trying to break their way on, and they just gotta find someone to match Gibbs. If you don't have someone that can match this KD right now, you're not gonna win. 38 and 21. He also has a minute on the hill. Oh, this guy is just... I mean, he's carrying his team. There's no... I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to gloss over it at all. He is carrying his team right now. Atlanta did pick up that scrap time. 20 seconds for the victory. Sorry, 21 seconds for the victory for Florida. Atlanta going to start with the time again. Sasuke trying to find something towards his backside. Going to catch a little bit of a timing, so Nightfall able to get that down. But towards the front, they're going to break in. Gibbs and Jabba able to find 2, but that's all they're going to find for now. Gonna spawn out towards Statue. Atlanta gonna have to pull a rabbit out of a hat if they want to win this one and force a map number 5. Nightfall trying to watch this blue main. You know these players are gonna come in on the flank, but catches the timing. I'm not... Did I see what I think I just saw? I don't know what just happened. But 3 players for Atlanta gonna fall in the feed. That might be game, ladies and gentlemen. 10 seconds now for the victory. 3 players though gonna fall. Burrito the last one on the hill. Benny able to shut that down, so they're going to find their way onto the hill. Might be a little bit of delay in the inevitable, but we are going to see a rotation to P3.
Yeah, I mean, the rotation over to P3, kind of more like a calm walk on a sunny day to Florida, as you really only have to deal with Grizz here. I mean, Grizz causing a little bit of trouble, but nothing major. You do have some Atlanta members coming in the tunnel, and they will actually be able to take over the point. Not able to win it here, but I mean, you just want to keep this game alive. But I mean, all Florida members go down. It's all up to Grizz. He's got to make something happen. If he's Superman, he couldn't make it to the hard point in time, and there you go. Florida 4-0s Atlanta to become your Iron Mix champions, and QQ, even in a best of 7, you can't see a map 5.
Yeah, even if I'm given a best of 7, I don't see a map 5. That's just, it's something about my